Aloha and welcome everybody. We are here at the Grand Teton National Park. As you can see, there's a little bit of a queue line already started here at the welcome sign. But on this little tour, I'm going to take you all around the Teton National Park, Grand Teton National Park. And I'm going to show you some of my favorite places. Maybe a little hidden gem here and there, I'm not sure. But we're going to go all around the park and have a great time. So let's go. Well, over yonder there, that's the Jackson Hole Airport. It's a regional airport, and it's the only airport that's located inside a national park. I think that's pretty cool. So here at Moose Junction, you're going to turn in, and this is where you have a great lunch spot with a great view of the Tetons. We're going to check it out a little bit later, but it's coming up right up here on the right-hand side, and it's kind of tucked off over there. You might see a little cabin. It's called Dornan's. Dornan's has a great pizza place where you can have some beers on tap, go up on the rooftop deck, and enjoy your pizza. Also, during the summer months, they've got a chuck wagon, and the chuck wagon's got a French dip sandwich, hamburgers, hot dogs, different things like that, and those are really good as well. But right now we're pulling up to the Visitor Center, which is always something I would recommend everyone to do. Here's a beautiful view of the Snake River right here. And then once you're at the Visitor Center, you can get your guide map for the park and check out some other stuff. There's also restrooms in here. It's a great stop once you get to the park. And I am filming this in the summertime, so it is a little busy here at the gate, but it's not too bad.
Welcome to Grand Teton National Park.
Thank you. So this is the Chapel of the Transfiguration. It's at Menor's Ferry. It's one of the very first pull-offs as soon as you come through the gate to the national park. This chapel was built in 1925 by a bunch of donations, actually, from somebody that lives in California, or people that live in California. I don't know who they are, but it's a beautiful viewpoint. You can see the Tetons in the background. And a really cool thing is they still do Sunday church services here. So you can actually come and attend a church service right here. So a very short walk from the Chapel of Transfiguration is Menor's Ferry. And this is the actual ferry, or one of the ferries, that used to carry people right across the Snake River right here back in the olden days. It's really cool to see. And it's a really beautiful spot because of the river. Come on down and see it. So I do stand corrected. The boat that we just saw is actually a replica. I don't think I ever realized that. But this is a little sign that explains the process. You can pause it. But this is the process of how they would go across the river here at Menor's Ferry. And it's just such a beautiful spot. It's very tranquil. There's nobody around. This is the backside of the boat. It's a replica. There's the Tetons in the background. It's so beautiful. There's even an old barn with some stagecoaches in here. Covered wagons and such. So behind me is the Noble Cabin. It's right here at Menor's Ferry. This was built in 1917 and then they restored it in 1923. But what's really cool is they had a meeting here. The superintendent of Yellowstone came here and had a meeting, and this is where they were discussing making Grand Tetons a national park as well. So it's a historic spot. And if you want to read up on the history, you can go ahead and pause your screen right now and read up on that. It's pretty interesting. Here's a look inside. Of course, they've got some recreations of nice little dining area. Little bookcase, some snowshoes over there in the corner. As you can see, we're at the very popular Jenny Lake. We're out on the main road. Jenny Lake is like way inside here. And everybody's had to park way out here because it is summertime in the Grand Tetons. But you definitely do want to go to Jenny Lake, take the boat across, and head into Hidden Falls, Inspiration Point. It's all in there and it's beautiful, but I am not going to park way out here to show that to you. So you'll have to see that in somebody else's video or come on up here to the Grand Teton National Park and see it for yourself. So just past the main entrance to Jenny Lake, we're gonna approach Jenny Lake Road. It's a scenic one-way, I believe it's one-way, roadway that will take you back to the Jenny Lake area. So you are doubling back a little bit, but there's some great pull-offs there that are not nearly as crowded as the main pull-off. In fact, here it is coming up right here. It's the String Lake and Jenny Lake Lodge Scenic Drive. Highly recommend that versus pulling over and dealing with the crowds at Jenny Lake if you don't want to do that. Here it is, the Scenic Drive. I pulled off here at the Cathedral Group turnoff. The only reason why is it's just a great viewpoint of the Cathedral Group of the Tetons right up there. And you can see the glacier that's up there as well, or one of the glaciers, which are rapidly eroding because of global warming, if you believe in such a thing. But also, just very close to here, just a little farther down the road, is going to be the String Lake turnoff, and that's a hike I highly recommend. The String Lake parking lots are completely full. I drove around, I was going to show you String Lake, but I can do you one better. If you go down into the description, you'll see a link to when I hiked around String Lake. It's absolutely beautiful. But right now we're going to continue on with the Jenny Lake Overlook. It's a one-way road. It will take us back to the main crowded Jenny Lake area, but there's some great pull-offs along the way, so I'm going to pull off and show you those now. So we've made it here to the Jenny Lake Overlook. It's a beautiful area. It's a little small, and it's a little quieter and definitely less busy than the regular Jenny Lake area. I recommend stopping here, just taking a moment to sit down, relax, enjoy the sound of the water lapping against the shore. It's a great spot. So we headed north a little bit. Now we are taking Signal Mountain Road. Signal Mountain is about 1,000 feet up, and it provides great views of the Jackson Hole Valley. And to the east, you can see the Grovant Mountains. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we are on our way up there. It's about a 5-mile drive to the top. This is the spectacular view from up here on Signal Mountain of the Grand Tetons. Absolutely beautiful. You can't see because of these trees, but Jackson is straight over that way if you're looking for the town of Jackson. These are the Grovant Mountains over here. And down in the valley there, that's Jackson Hole. I'm guessing this is why they call it Signal Mountain? I don't know. Well, we're here at the north end of the park, and this is the famous Oxbow Bend. It's a beautiful viewpoint with Mount Moran in the background. If you get here early in the morning, you may see some wildlife out here as well. It's a really pretty spot. Well, we've made the turn south and now we're headed back towards the town of Jackson. Along the way, I recommend you stop here. This is the Cunningham Cabin. I love this place. J. Pierce Cunningham lived here. About 1888, I believe, to 1895, and this was his cabin with amazing views. He actually was a rancher and ended up being more of a conservationist. So let's go check out his little special place here in the Grand Tetons. Not very exciting inside, but it's not about the inside, it's about the views from the windows. Well, here we've reached the Snake River Overlook. It may not be the closest place of the view of the Teton Mountains, but what it is probably the most famous, because this is where Ansel Adams took all of his famous black and white photos of the Grand Teton Mountain Range. It's absolutely a stunning place to stop. I recommend you do it too. This is our last stop here in the Grand Teton National Park. It's Mormon Row. It's actually a settlement where Mormons came up from Salt Lake City and lived, and it became known as Grovant. This is the Moulton Barn. The Moulton family lived on this plot, and I'll show you their house. It's actually their second house. They had an old wooden house, and then after time they upgraded. So I'll show you that house, and then when we're done with that, I'm going to show you their brother's barn, which is even prettier than this one, if you could believe that. And this is Dornan's. This is our final stop. This is where you can get those great sandwiches. And then also you can get gas here. I've got gas tanks. And then right behind me up there on the upper deck, that's where you can get your pizza. It's really good. It's got a great view. Highly recommend Dornan's to you. Well, that does it, everybody, from the 35,000 acres of the Grand Teton National Park. I really hope you enjoyed watching. By the way, that's Menor's Ferry, where we were at the beginning of the video. I'm on the other side of the riverbank, on the other side of the Snake River right now. Anyway, I want to thank you again for watching. If you've never seen my channel before, give me a thumbs up or even subscribe. Wouldn't that be crazy if you did that? I would really appreciate it. And if you want more information, I've got a great playlist about Wyoming and Idaho. It's called Wydaho, and it's on my channel. Check it out. And thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day, everybody. Bye.